Hi, this is CJ, and in this video we are going to be talking about SmartWorkFlow. Now this is a pretty neat thing, or I should say a pretty neat blade from Checkpoint. This is like a change management that we have in the enterprise network, where we have to, if you want to carry out certain tasks, and we have to get some approval from our managers, the bad people. And so we have to fulfill the requirement. We have to fill a huge form, submit the changes, and then somebody who has got a high authority actually approves the change, and then we can go ahead and carry out those tasks on the router or a switch, or what have you, right? So this is exactly it actually mirrors that. It is, as you can see on the diagram or the image, edit policies, review changes, approve changes, the managers, and then you can see the smart view tracker, and then see the changes as they are made. Okay, you can audit them. So I mean, in a typical network environment, we are supposed to carry out a lot of tasks as a checkpoint firewall administrator. We have to like push the policy. Okay, that's the last step. We have to, create the rule base and the network objects, network services, resources, user administrators and groups and VPN community and OPSEC, a lot of things, right? And in order to be able to do that, I mean, by default, we can carry out all those tasks. But once the smart flow is enabled, we have to get the approval. Now, this approval can be sought for from the manager or from the smart workflow itself, right? There are couple of options. The smart flow can work by itself, and before that, I will tell you that the smart workflow is separately licensed. It's a blade, right? It's a separately licensed software blade that can be integrated into the smart dashboard, or in a provider network one. You know what is a provider network? It's for service providers environment. The smart workflow works with both the global smart dashboard and the CMA specific smart dashboard. All right, and now we talk about the roles, right? There are two modes. One is the smart workflow session with role segregation task flow. Now, role segregation means that managers will be involved in this, right? Okay, so you actually, as an administrator, you open a new session to modify the security and the network environment with the smart dashboard. The administrator configures the security policy. Like if I go and configure security policy and network settings in smart dashboard, then I submit that and completed the session for approval. The manager reviews the proposed modification and either approves the session or returns it to the administrator, like myself, with the request for repair and proposed changes if he wants some more amendments to be done, right? So if a session is returned for repair, then I will make those requested changes and resubmit the session for approval. And upon approval, I would then go ahead and install the policy. This is smart workflow session with role segregation task flows, right? And then we have a smart workflow without role segregation task flow. In this case only, the administrator makes changes. The administrator configures the security policy, network settings, and smart dashboard. When finished, when I am done, then I would submit and complete the completed session, and the smart workflow automatically approves it, right? The administrator installs the policy for all the approved sessions. All sessions must be approved before the policy is installed, all right, or can be installed. So now we can go ahead and see how this thing works. Okay, we need to do certain things ahead of time. Yeah. So first of all, let me just log in with the super administrator group, or the account, right? The one which we define while installing SMS, and I have that as John. Now, once again, I would like to reiterate that please do not keep separate passwords for separate accounts or separate things, separate logins. You are actually learning the technology right now, and it is very important that you spend your time and energy in learning the technology as opposed to memorizing the passwords, right? That's the last thing you want to do. So keep the same password for everything. I have not switched over to a different password. I've been using the same password all this while, right? And I'm going to create another account. I'm going to give the same password. It's not a good practice in the production network, but this is lab, right? So you concentrate your time and energy in learning the technology and not memorizing the passwords. Okay, so just wait for this thing to come up. I will close this. Now we have to first go to there are two different ways by which we can enable the smart workflow. We can click on this and enable smart flow like this. I'm going to exit out of this, or we can go to SMS and just check this blade. This is going to bring up the same thing, right? Perfect. Now, so let me first exit out of this. I would like to create an administrator account, right? We can go to here, users. We already have a super administrator. This is the king of the hill. As you can see, there is a crown, and I think there's a scepter as well. There's a scepter of the king. Okay, and this is the account, the administrator I created for my last lab for the management portal. Okay, so we're going to be creating an administrator account. We're going to be creating an administrator group. We're going to be defining the permission policy in order to be able to carry out this particular task. Now, without much further ado, let's create the administrator account and define the administrator policies. So right click on this, new administrator. I would like to give it the name as branch underscore admin. And now I'm going to click on new, type, let me get the name of remote admin. Remote, why is my book, just hold on a second, just give me one moment please. My keyboard is dangling for some reason. The support is gone. I'm sorry. Yeah, so remote, come on, remote underscore admin. Here we're going to select the first one, the management portal and smart console application, and we would like to give a read write all, right? If you want to define specific rights, you can click on customized and click on edit. Monitoring, you can just go through all the lists, all the things, and then you'll be able to figure out which particular thing you want to be available for, or in a read write mode or the read only mode for that particular administrator. Like in our case, it's the branch admin. So having selected this, we can click on OK. Oh, name already exists. Where is the name already, man? Hold on a second, let me just see. I may have created the same name. Where is that name? Okay, it may have picked up with my last lab. Let me just push the policy. Just give me one moment, please. If it does not work, we're going to choose a different name. Not a problem. I mean, we may have to log in again just to be sure. This is the most time consuming stuff, the pushing of the policy. Come on. Okay, I'm gonna get out of this thing, close it, and get back to the smart dashboard to see if it allows us to create the permission profile. Okay, I think I may have the permission profile. Hold on a second. You know what? It was actually talking about the profile and not the user account. Oh my god. Let it be like that, no problem. So we're gonna be creating an account once again. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, branch branch underscore admin, permission profile, remote underscore admins. Click on read, write all, and make sure that management portal smart console is selected. Click on OK. This creates the profile. Click the group. We're going to be adding this account to a group. At this point in time, we have not created the group to which this account is to be made part of, so you can just skip this. Click on application, click on checkpoint password, type the same password for everything. Please make sure that the password is same. Now click on OK. The user account is created. Now we click on the group. So we're gonna create a group with the name, I would say it's gonna be branch admin. Branch admins. No. Branch admins. Or I'm going to say something different. Smart work flow underscore admin. This is good. And add this account, either double click it or single, or you click on this branch admin. Give it blue. Okay. Smart workflow admins. Now we have to group properties, this code. We have to click on either this enable here or click the workflow blade. So click on this, click on this. Let's talk about these two. The first one says smart workflow for visual changing tracking. In this case, we are not supposed to get an approval from the manager, right? The smart workflow is going to approve the changes. The second one is use smart workflow to track, review, and require approval for changes. So as it means, I mean, as the sentence means that we have to get approval from the manager. So we're going to be choosing that. I'm going to show you how the manager approves it, right? So you can see that in the diagram. Click on next. You want to change this right now? No. Click on finish. Click on save. Oops. Click on save. Now click on exit. Oh man, it gets stuck. Click on exit like this, and exit from all the other smart dashboard windows like the smart view tracker, smart monitor, or any other smart things. You have to be smarter than them, right? So you just you just exit out of that. So now we're going to be logging as the branch admin. branch underscore admin. The password remains the same. And straight away we're going to be presented with the smart workflow new session. Okay, now here we're going to be typing the details of the session, our notes, and this is going to then we're going to be continuing with the smart workflow and smart dashboard and make changes, right? So let's do this thing. We're going to be making some changes to the DMZ server. So web server access, we're going to be configuring the web server and the branch PC. Okay, you need to click on OK here, and this is going to actually boot you to the smart dashboard, if you want to put it that way. Just wait for a moment, it's going to take some time. Now it's actually logging you to the smart dashboard. This is the smart dashboard for the branch admin. If you see that this smart workflow is not enabled, so you can click on smart flow and click on show information pane here, right? So, and if you see that where's the smart workflow, so you may want to actually hold the panel edges like this and drag it upwards to see it, right? This is smart flow. I'm going to go through all the details of all the buttons and everything, so don't worry about that. But this is how it looks. Just minimize it for the moment. And now I'm going to be making some changes and then seeking approval from my manager, Mr. John. Okay, so first of all, click on the DMZ, this thing. Alright, you can click on, double click on here, as double click here. I'm gonna be making changes here. I'm gonna be clicking on this. I'll selecting the first one, web server. Click on OK and click on here. And then the branch. And I'm also going to be adding the branch here, branch service, and also going to be making the same changes to the branch. Just any change on the fly, right? Because we're just trying to test the functionality, just trying to seek approval from the bad guy, the manager. Now, as you can see, this particular thing, this particular rule has been changed by the branch in this session by the branch admin, and that is why it is highlighted in blue, right? And all the components, all the objects that are part of this which are changed have also been highlighted in blue respectively. Look at this. This is highlighted. This is a change thing. Now since we are going to be using this branch PC, so I would like to add the branch as well. Okay, so we have done this thing. Let's pull this up and see what as to what we have done, right? We can add notes. I have added the branch PC to the web traffic web traffic rule. Kindly go through the changes and approve it. Thanks. Okay, this is done. You have made changes. Changes are shown here, and now you have already added your nodes. I have added the branch PC to the web traffic rule. I should have written more about it. I have also enabled the web server on the DMZ server and the branch PC web server option, on the DMZ and the branch PC objects respectively. Cool. Now you can click on OK on this thing, as you can see that as an administrator you have four options. You can either submit it, you want to discard the changes that you just made, you want to show audit logs. For now I would like to just see, are you going to show logs right now? You can do that. Smart Workflow displays audit logs only for saved changes. If you wish to view audit logs for all the changes, you need to save it. Thanks a lot. It's going to show, just give it a moment. So it's actually activating the application. This is going to be, you can only view the audit logs under Smart View Tracker. So it's generating the logs. As you can see at the top, that for this particular lab I have only enabled 1, 2, 3 and 4. I have got the router up, the GUI, the firewalls and the SMS server. Okay, while it generates the changes, we're going to just minimize this and go back to the firewall, the smart dashboard, and we can click on submit for approval. If you want to add some more notes, a last ditch effort to convince your boss that yeah, you made the right changes or something like that, you can add it, or you just click on submit. Now it's going to compare the database, what we have currently and what changes that we have made. Okay, let's see if it came up. Oh, it's still searching for records. Not a problem. Exit smart dashboard. And you want to exit? Yes. Close this as well. You can close it. Now we're going to be logging as John, the super admin, the manager. Same password all the time, and straight away John would be presented with the Smart Workflow session management. Okay, so he has a ticket, the web server access. He's gonna click on this and he's gonna click on review changes. Once again, this is going to compare the database with what we have currently and what kind of changes the branch admin has made or is proposing. So this is the, let me just the changes. So click on individual things, TMZ. As you can see that this is a changed thing, and this is what it is all about. Web server, true. Previous was false. Web server for the branch PC as well. Now it's true. It was false. True, false. Now click on the rule base. The rule was this before. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. This one before. And now it is this. We have added the branch PC, and we also added this one, the ASP, the branch security gateway. Okay, these are the changes that we made. Smart Workflow changed by the admin, the branch admin, HGUI. All right. Now the managers, as we all know, they are bad people. They're not supposed to approve everything you do, man. So this guy, John, is also going to do the same thing. He is not going to approve it. He is going to say request repair. Now you have made another goof up. It will definitely hit your KRS. Buckle up and add FTP in the services section. Grr. Okay, so he has made his notes. He is gonna be clicking the request repair. Now this is done. You can click on close and you can see the red X. It means it has been disapproved, right? So you have to work on it. Click on exit. Do you really want to exit it? It would be hold on a second. First of all, you want to change it. No, it will save the changes and now exit it. Yes, I want to exit it. So this is not going to log me to Smart Dashboard. Now I am going to log in as the branch underscore admin with the same password, and I should type the right password. Okay, so now view changes. You have made another goof up. It will definitely hit your KRS. Buckle up and add FTP in the section. Grrr. So the boss is not happy. So click on this, continue without, click on repair. Now click on repair. Okay, we're going to be adding notes later. Click on repair. Now this actually creates the session 2. We have to understand that the session 2 cannot be closed unless the session before that is closed, right? That's how this whole session thing works out. So if the smart workflow plane is not enabled, then we have to go here in show in session information pane, pull the panel up, and then see you have made another goof up. It will be definitely hit the blah blah blah. Bosses are never wrong. So he basically what he wants me to do is that he wants me to add FTP here. So you just drag it to this. Okay, I have dragged it to this. Save it. Now I can add some notes. Hi, I have now added the FTP service to the rule number 7. Kindly review the changes and approve it. CJ. Okay. Now, okay, show. You want to see the changes made? You can click on show changes. Come on. This is very much like, you know, if you have watched, if you're in America or if you watch CNN, you see Susie Orman show. Okay, standard current. So we have this, and now we have added this. So we call Susie Orman just to see if you are approved or denied as far as your purchase goes. So I'm seeking an approval from a manager. Let's see if he approves it this time around. So let's go up and click on submit for approval. Submit. Okay, so we can now click on exit. Do you really want to exit? Yes, we want to exit this. As you can see that the green one stands for the changes have been made. Okay, and the one is an this actually tells about that thing. Click on yes, we are out. Now you double click on this and log in as the manager, the bad guy. And my service is hogging a lot of CPU or disk usage, not a problem. Okay, sir, you double click on the second one, review changes, or single click the second one. It's going to again compare the database and see as to what has been changed. Let's see what has been changed. It was without FTP and now it is with FTP. If you were to click on the first one, the first entry, this one, then it's going to show this one without the branch PC and obviously the branch gateway. So you click on OK. I'm sorry, click on again. You can click on I should have clicked approve here only, not a problem. We can click on approve here. Good job, CJ, you got yourself a vodka. Yeah, I only like vodka. Okay, then approve it. So this is approved. These changes are approved. You can go and you can save it. Exit dashboard. Your work as a manager is over. Let me log back as the branch admin and type the password. Okay, all green makes good things. Continue without session. Yeah, hold on a second. Yeah, we have to continue without session. You have asked to continue working in the smart dashboard without a session. SmartWorkFlow will prohibit changes to the network security configuration. That's fine. Click on OK. Because the changes have already been approved, you can just scroll down and see that HTTP blah 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 is already there. So click on click on install policy, and now we can go ahead and push the policy. If the changes were not approved, then you wouldn't have been able to push the policy. That is important. So once you push the policy, you will be prompted by the SmartWorkFlow. You'll get a message which will basically say that you want to keep this information in the database or you do not want to keep it. Like the session information. It's always good to see the policy being pushed and everything in green. So click on OK here. And like I said, you get this message. SmartWorkFlow recommends to delete deployed session information. Recommends. In order to save the disk space on security management server, do you wish to keep this information anyways? No, I want to delete it. Cool. Now my work as a branch admin is done and dusted, so I want to just exit out of this to wait for the hourglass to go. Click on exit. Again, I'm going to log in as a bad guy, John, John, and Komp, call. Okay, you can cancel this thing. You can continue without a session. Click on OK. This is going to log you, and now I am going to disable Smart Workflow for good. Click on this. Oh, where has that window gone? Hold on a second. I may have to. Give me one moment. Exit. Log in once again. Just type anything like test or something. It hardly matters because you are actually logging as an admin, super admin. This is going to log you into the database, the smart dashboard, and now we're going to disable the smart workflow and make sure that you know what you're doing, because this is irreversible, right? Once it's gone, it's gone. Obviously the changes made are not gone, the policy pushed is not going to be reversed, but disabling the smart workflow will delete all information related to smart workflow. You cannot recover the information. Yes. Save and continue. Yes. That's it. Come on. Okay. You don't have to push the policy, but if you want to, just for the heck of it, click on this and push the policy. Actually, I would like to remove this particular thing which I added. Branch. Let me reverse the changes I made. This and to this, and also remove the branch PC from this, branch gateway from this. Save it. Save again. It always takes a little bit longer in the second try, and then push the policy again. So now we are back to square one. And this also brings us to the end of this video, in which we talked about the smart workflow. I actually like this particular technology, this particular blade, but I'm not sure if it's actually going to do going to elevate your task, because the corporate policy would actually govern, it actually entail submitting all those details in a big form. This is going to be an added advantage, but I'm not sure it's going to be used, because it's a different blade altogether. You have to pay for this. All right. Okay. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.